Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm currently in the Andaman coast during monsoon season, believe it or not, and I'm on an island called Koh Kradan. Now I wasn't expecting much because at this time of year there's lots of rain, there's lots of storms and wind, but now that I've been here for a few days, I'm here to tell you this place is absolutely beautiful. So sit down and relax and let me transport you here to absolute paradise. This is my 2 days on Koh Kradan. Spoiler alert, I'm going to be staying a little bit longer. Why would I want to live here? Enjoy the video. Okay, let's start with how did I actually reach Koh Kradan? And where is it? Well, I booked a private longtail boat from the island of Koh Mook. This is Koh Mook, and here's Koh Kradan in relation to it, in the province of Trang in southern Thailand, not too far away from Krabi, Koh Lanta and places like that. 4 years ago, the same man took me dugong spotting, and it just so happened that he was available to take me to Koh Kradan. So it was a full circle moment, and we both remembered each other, and it was a nice, pleasant 1 hour longtail boat transfer. We made our way around Koh Mook and into the open ocean, where then it was around 30 minutes of choppy waves. This time of year, the winds are up, the monsoon has begun, and there are storms, so the waves are a little bit higher than normal. I was a little bit unsure whether coming to Koh Kradan at this time of year was going to be worth it, but when I arrived, I was blown away. Not too bad, huh? Thank you so much. Okay, I'm not going to lie, the crossing was a little bit choppy, but now that we have sort of the shelter of the island, it's a lot calmer now. And it's door-to-door service. This is where we're staying. Yes, this place is called Mali Kradan. It's one of the more expensive places on the island, and I'll tell you how much I paid at the end, but trust me, I think it was a pretty good bargain. What was really nice was because it is low season and the hotel has some construction work going on, they actually upgraded me to the beachfront villa room. Looks good. Looks very, very good. This is their highlight room, and I was so chuffed to get a free upgrade. The grounds of the resort are beautiful. We'll take a proper look around later, but oh my god, just let me take you around this room, or this villa, on the beach. There's a beautiful veranda at the front where you can relax, read a book, and just chill. Inside there's a beautiful sofa, really high ceiling, a smart TV so you can watch your favorite YouTuber. Nice desk and chair, mirror, good lighting, a handmade wooden bed with a very soft mattress, 4 pillows. There's a fridge, a hairdryer, all the usual, fan, aircon, and a large bathroom with a big shower area. And the whole room gets a massive thumbs up from me. But let's face it, I'm not here to lounge in a room. I've come to enjoy the nature, the beach, the ocean, the waves, the sand of Koh Kradan. It had just been raining for 3 days on the other island of Koh Mook, and somehow the gods were on my side because the sun was out, and so we were going to head straight out and enjoy it. So 4.5 years ago, when I was with that man who dropped me off, we came to Koh Kradan just to have lunch. We were out spotting for dugongs, having the time of our life, and he decided to drop us off here. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this island is beautiful. And I vowed to come and actually stay here. And here we are. We're finally here. Koh Kradan. It does not disappoint. Let's leave the resort and head up the beach and see what we can find. It's a long stretch of sand and it looks absolutely beautiful. I just love the colours of southern Thailand. The electric blues, the white sands, the vibrant greens, and here on Koh Kradan, little flashes of orange in the fruits and the flowers growing in the trees. During the day, a few long-tail boats arrived. There were Thai tourists on snorkeling trips, most likely coming over from Koh Lanta. Some of them jump in the sea and spend the whole hour snorkeling in the reefs, but the kids normally run onto the beach and play, and the adults and the parents stand around taking pictures and do some funny, weird TikTok stuff. There is a national park kiosk, but at this time of year in June, nobody was manning it, so it was completely free to be on the beach and snorkel in the reefs. Further up, I found some empty abandoned resorts and homes. And there was a handful of other resorts, but they weren't open at this time of year. Here's a little bit of transfer information if you are coming from the mainland or surrounding islands. So this place is called Reef Resort, and I think it's probably the best for families. They have a volleyball court, a swimming pool, and they just seem to have more things set up for kids and families. There's also this beautiful Italian restaurant, but sadly it was closed. Now my resort wasn't perfect because it was under construction. They were building a new swimming pool and a new reception area. I think it was one of the reasons why I got upgraded. This was the Tiki Bar cocktail bar area, really cool. They had fantastic selection of rums from Plantation to Ron Sakapa, not just your standard Sangsum. They had good wines, they had snacks, nuts, and noodles for sale, and they even have ice cream. Right, let's order some lunch, and I'll talk to you about the food actually now. Is there anything better than a coconut? No. Well, a cold beer. So I ordered this geng som. It's a southern Thai style curry. Inside is a Thai vegetable and some prawns and a runny, hot and spicy yellow sauce. Very sour, very spicy, and very delicious. Delicious. Other dishes I tried while staying here was this cheeseburger with French fries. It was decent, the bun was a bit dry, I'll give it 6 out of 10. Obviously I had to try a pad kapow, nice generous portion, good spice level and served with rice and an egg on the side. I'll give it an 8. There was a pad thai with chicken, it wasn't very good, I'll give it a 5. Breakfast was pretty good to be fair. You have your standard selection of eggs and hash browns, there's also a tray full of noodles and vegetables for your veggies out there. But for me the best was the English sausages. They were so delicious and you could DIY yourself a pretty good breakfast, coffee, juice, yogurt and yeah, some good protein. And with a view like this, yeah, not bad. I'll give the breakfast an 8.5. Anyway, it's time for much needed laundry day. Now inside my backpack is one of my favorite travel products from the company Exter. They are sponsoring today's video. Now inside this vacuum travel bag is my dirty laundry. Let's drop it off and get it cleaned before I tell you how this product works. Exter have also partnered with Lionel Messi in the past, so we're in good company. Now inside the laundry basket is all of my clean clothes. Just look at how many I have. And this product will be able to squeeze down all of my clothes into a much more compact space to save space and weight in my backpack. It ships with this little plastic vacuum. It charges by USB-C, it's very small, very light, and you press the button and it sucks out all the air. This means that all of your clothes can get compressed into a much smaller space, saving room in your backpack, and as you've seen, it doubles as a fantastic laundry bag, perfect for smelly backpackers like me. Now Exter are running a Father's Day sale, and honestly I think this would be a great present for your dad. If you're watching this, you can enjoy a really good discount, plus with my code Paddy Doyle you'll get an extra 20% off any of the sale items on the website. Use my code Paddy Doyle and go to the link in the description and pinned comment below to unlock that 20% off. Thanks to Exter for sponsoring today's video. Now go and use that link before the Father's Day sale ends. It's when I'm at places like Koh Kradan that I'm glad that I travel with my 70 to 200mm Sony long lens. This enables me to zoom in really closely to animals, especially birds if they're far away. And in the late afternoon on Koh Kradan, I could hear so many birds singing and chirping away. I needed to go out and see who was making all of this noise. I spotted these 2 kingfishers on branches, beautiful birds. Now I'm not sure, are these herrings or cranes or something else? Please let me know. They were out there all day. They are very good hunters. I saw them catch dozens of fish constantly, one after another, and then feeding them to their young who still couldn't quite figure out how to hunt. There's lots of beautiful sea eagles and birds of prey here too. And then there was this noisy little fella. I'm sorry I don't know the names of these birds, but if you are into it, please let me know in the comments the names of these birds. After a long day of construction, these guys unwind with a game and a beer.
Laddu. Mau di mana Ben? Ini apa?
And that was the end of my first day. A quiet, chilled out exploration of just the beach and the island. Time for an early night, and then let's see what the next day has in store. Good morning, welcome to day 2. And it's 11 o'clock, and as you can see, it's high tide. And I've only really just sort of gotten out of bed, had a bit of a late night last night. Got chatting to the manager of this resort, had a few beers, and then it was the Champions League final. So I was up till 1 a.m. watching that. And missed sunrise, unfortunately, but I needed to sleep. And as you can see, at high tide, the island has a slightly different feel. The trees that you can walk under are now in the sea, which is really interesting to see. It's a beautiful day. I can't believe how lucky I've been with the weather here. There's someone going out kayaking, and I just remembered when I checked in, paddleboards and kayaks are free of charge. So maybe we should do that. I'm not really trying to go anywhere. It's just nice to be on the ocean. For the rest of the day, because I was quite tired, I just wanted to relax and take a nap. Later in the afternoon, we had a tropical downpour. It was beautiful. Very windy though, I almost lost my towel rack. And then after the downpour, I got my rain jacket on and my shoes because I was going to try out the nature trail to the other side of the island. The staff weren't happy with me going alone because they say there are lots of king cobras on the trail, but I told them I'd be very careful and I didn't want to go with anyone else. But after about 10 minutes, I started to regret that decision because I was paranoid there was a king cobra around every turn. If there's one snake you do not want to run into in Thailand, it's a king cobra. Trust me, that thing is massive and extremely scary and very dangerous. Every single one of these leaves that's rustling under my feet has got me jumping. What a difference the wind direction makes. It's like a different continent on this side of the island. It's still just as beautiful. We've got eagles flying above us, beautiful plants, not a soul here, and a really beautiful rock pool. They have another sign at reception warning people not to walk barefoot at low tide because of stingrays, rockfish, jellyfish, and other little things. I was blissfully aware yesterday, so today I've got my shoes on. Burmese guys who are building the swimming pool in the afternoons when they're not playing football or volleyball. They're out here hunting. I wonder what they're trying to catch. Okie dokie, that is the end of my trip here on Koh Kradan. This is day 3, and I'm just going to relax for the rest of the morning, and then later I'm getting picked up by a longtail boat, and I'm actually going to be exploring somewhere pretty exciting, but I'll just tell you about that in a second, because I just want to quickly round up Koh Kradan. Who was this island for? Who should come here? Who shouldn't come here? Well, briefly, it's a small island with one long stretch of beach, as you've seen, and a few other little side quests available. It's a quiet, relaxed island, and Mali Beach Resort is extremely relaxing and quiet. And it's the perfect place to come, to read a book, to come with a friend and spend 3 or 4 days in quiet, beautiful paradise, tropical paradise, away from the mass tourists of other islands in this area, to be honest. But, you know, if you've got young kids and they like to play on the beach and play in the sand, they'll be fine. There's no sandflies here. There's a few mosquitoes knocking about, as you would imagine, and obviously beautiful birds. And of course, there are activities like snorkeling and kayaking, paddleboarding. And from here, you can go on multiple trips. You can go on the 4-island tour. You can go over to the Emerald Cave, weather permitting, and visit other islands. So, Koh Kradan is a quiet paradise island. And to get here, the easiest way would be to fly to Krabi Airport and then get a transfer to the coastline of Trang and then get a longtail boat here. So it's a little bit tricky. It's not as easy as just flying down to Phuket or over to Samui. But sometimes the little adventure rewards are worth it. And I think Koh Kradan is certainly worth the travel. It's not as far away and remote as somewhere like Koh Lipe, but it's just still just far enough outside of the main tourist trail to keep it quiet and keep it undiscovered. And obviously there are options at different budgets as well. So this one's probably, I would imagine, the most expensive resort on the island. But thankfully they upgraded me to that beachfront villa. And yeah, I was really happy with my stay on this island. One thing to note is definitely avoid October and September. Those 2 months are the wettest months in this region. And the staff who live here full time all year round say that hardly anyone ever comes here. They have really bad storms and it's pretty miserable. So definitely, even though this is low season now already, don't come here in September or October because you'll just get constant monsoon. Best time to come, December, January, February, March, April. All right, I'm gonna pack up my bag and get ready for my next little adventure. I'll be going to a much more budget-friendly accommodation on a much more undiscovered island. I'm going to an island I've actually never even heard of until a couple of days ago. It's about 14 kilometers in that direction. The sun's coming out, so we could have a beautiful few days. And if you'd like to watch that adventure, then click here to watch that one, or click down here to watch another video that YouTube thinks that you would really enjoy. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in one of these adventures right now.